Awesome. So thank you again for joining today's session. Today is the second training session of the current cohort. Last week, we were able to talk more about what crowdfunding is, the concept of crowdfunding, and how to list down your networks and how to approach your networks. And today, what we'll be discussing is how to prepare the launch of your campaign and how to prepare for the marketing of your campaign as well. So I will be going through the presentation, and I'll also be going through our platform to show you how to upload your campaign. The session is being recorded, and we will be sharing also the material that we present today as well at the end of the session. So thank you for joining us today. Um, awesome. Like I said, the plan today is to allow you to understand what do you need to do to market and to prepare for your launch. I say crowdfunding is divided into three parts. There's preparation, there's the launch of the campaign and it being live, and there's the post campaign after the campaign comes to an end. And today, what we're talking about is mostly what you need to prepare for your campaign and what you need to do while your campaign is live to make sure that you market it to the right crowds. Okay. So one of the checklists to make sure that everything is in order is you need to ask yourself these three questions. The first question is your campaign content ready? Have you created your campaign? Have you uploaded it on the website? Okay. So we will be going through the website for you to understand what needs to be created. Number two, you have to ask yourself, have you considered what marketing approach you want to use and do you know how you want to promote your campaign? So we will be discussing more about that so you can see what options you can consider. And then number three, you need to ask yourself is, have you prepared communication content? Have you created what messaging you're going to share with people? Because in order for people to know you have a campaign, you have to communicate to them. And to make it easier for you, it's good to prepare your communication in advance. So I have created templates that you can use and you can adjust accordingly to see how it can work for you and your campaign. Okay. Again, please feel free to ask questions in between, and I'll definitely make sure to answer and assist in the best way that I can. So, the first thing that you need to consider when it comes to your campaign content is your campaign story. You need to create a story so that people can understand why you've created your campaign and what you're hoping to achieve with this campaign. I did take you through a campaign last week to allow you to see how a campaign looks like. But when you're creating your own campaign, we do present these questions that you can ask yourself so that you can create the most appropriate content and it can cover everything to allow people to understand why you launched a campaign. So it's important to ask yourself and answer to people who you are. Some people may not know you personally, so it's important to make sure that you're able to share who you are. And when you're answering that question, you can simply share what gave you the idea of starting your business, when your business launched, and some of the achievements you've been able to have so far. And it's important to also highlight your achievements because people are willing to support businesses that have been able to do something for themselves so far. So it's important to highlight your achievements. The second thing is ask yourself, what do you do? Allow people to understand the products or the services that you have to offer. And the reason why this is important is because as you market your campaign, sometimes you find yourself getting new clients and customers. So it's very important for them to understand what products and services you have in order for them to know whether they would want to purchase them in the future. Another thing you need to address is allow people to understand why you need your help. So it's important for you to cover and explain to people why you decided to set up a campaign and allow them to understand what you hope to use with the amount of money that you raise. Another thing that you need to also share is what's in it for them, you know, and of course, the main thing that they are able to get from your campaign is the rewards. So it's good to also highlight the rewards here and ask and allow them to know that if you contribute this amount of money, maybe you'll be able to get a discount or you'll be able to get merchandise from our business. There's so many rewards that you can consider, depending on the type of business that you have. Another thing you can address also is the amount of money you hope to raise and create a budget. So we had asked you previously to ask yourself what amount you're hoping to raise and how exactly that amount will be used. So maybe I can start with you, Sandile. Have you sat down to think how much you would like to raise in your campaign?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
have you have you thought about the amount you'd like to
At this
raise?
point in time,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, at this point in time, I'm thinking 250,000 rands.
Mm-hmm. And with the 250,000
Yeah.
rand you have, do you have a breakdown of how that amount will be used? Do you have an idea?
Yes, it will
Mm-hmm.
be broken down in that I will manage to develop or create a website.
Yeah.
And then from there, I will be able to create an MVP.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, the other one will be used for marketing purposes.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
It's good that you have an idea of how you plan to use the funds. What I would challenge you to do is to be more specific with how you allocate the figures. So, for example, you said website, VPN, marketing. Ask yourself, what amount do you want to allocate to all those things that you want to do? Because the more clear you are with how the money will be used, the better it is for you because people will see that you have already planned yourself well and you have an idea of how you plan to use the funds. Okay. Um, Maxwell, do you have an idea yet, or is that something you're still thinking about in terms of the amount you want to raise?
Yes, I do have an idea how
Okay,
much
maybe.
my business do.
Mm-hmm. And with the amount you want to raise, do you already know how the amount will be used? Have you done a budget for it?
Yes, for now I have two ideas. I'm trying to see that they can work for me because I've been trying to can raise funds for it by looking for some people I know,
Yeah.
some to invest in my idea, but some didn't. So I'm still struggling with such
Okay. No, that's great. As long as
a
you've already started thinking about the amount and you are already thinking of the budget, that's always the first step and the most important step because that also helps you write your story. Because if you've done a budget, you already know what you want to raise funds for. Okay. So it's good that you already have an idea. Okay. So that's one of the things you'll be including in your story. And then another thing is just to thank people in advance in your story. What I'll do is I will share links to campaigns that you can reference so that you have an idea of how to create your story. And then you can customize it in the best way that would fit each of you. Okay. The next content that's important for you to create is a video. So we did say before that a video is important because it puts a face to the business. It could either be you in front of the video, it could either be you recording your video and speaking in the background, and what you are saying is similar to what's in the story, explaining who you are, why you have a campaign, and what you hope to achieve with the campaign. So when it comes to a video, we always say the shorter the better. So if you're able to have a video that's between 1 minute and a half to 3 minutes, that would be great. What you need to capture in the video is just answer the questions that we had previously for the story. And no pressure of feeling like you need a camera and a whole team to create a video. You can simply use your phone. Majority of campaigns use their phone to create the content and to create the video and just explain exactly what they're hoping to achieve. Again, we will share campaigns to allow you to see how they created their video. And from statistics, what we've seen is that campaigns with personal videos are able to raise 105% more than those that don't have. So it shows how important videos are, and they're able to put a face to you and the business as well. Okay. The next content that's important are the rewards. The rewards are the incentives that you're sharing with people that will encourage them to want to support you. Like we said before, people want to find value in why they're supporting you because you're a business. So it will be a very powerful tool for your business. Ask yourself, what are some of the rewards I can set up that my networks would be interested in? It's good to start with your business and ask yourself, what do I have in my business that I believe my networks would be interested in? Sometimes people offer things that maybe not connected to their business only because they feel like their networks would be more interested in that. So it's very important to sit down and do some research and ask yourself, what would be ideal? And the advantage is also that you are receiving matching funds, which is an additional support. So these the rewards will come in handy in making sure that you have more supporters. Some of the rewards people have considered is like limited or exclusive products within your business. It could be merchandise such as branded items, hoodies, and so on. Some people offer discounts as a reward. Some people offer early bird specials. So you can offer like early exclusive rewards to maybe 5 people only, and then the rest will be able to purchase whatever is available. And then you make it as interesting as possible so that people are very interested in what you have to offer. Some people who have a good social media following offer acknowledgement and thank people on social media as a way of offering a reward. So depending on your business, there are different types of rewards that you can consider to offer. We will share more campaigns to give you more insight, but it's very important for you to also do some research on the type of business you have and to see what rewards would be ideal for your crowd. Okay. I'd like to now share our platform just to quickly show you how it looks like and what it means to create a campaign. So let me know if you're able to see my screen. Is my screen visible? Sandila, are you able to see my screen?
A little bit hard to, but
Yes.
Great. So the website is www.thunderfund.africa. And all you need to do to create a account here is an email address and a password. So once you've created an account and you've verified the account and you're able to log in, this is what you'll see. You'll see the option of starting a project at the top. You will see that I've already created one project, but this is where you'll start. So you click on create start a project, okay? Once you create start a project, there'll be several things to fill in, which is basic information. The first one is the country you're in, South Africa. You can put the name of your project. You can select the category that your business falls under. So select the closest one to your business. I will select fashion as an example. And then select the currency that you want your campaign to be. So we'll select South African Rand since you're based in South Africa. And then ask yourself how much you want to raise. So Sandile, I'll use your example where you said 250,000 Rand. You fill in like that. Then ask yourself how many days you want your campaign to go live. We normally encourage about 30 days. 30 days is always a good average. However, when your campaign continues, if you do want to extend, it is possible. So don't feel like you will be limited to the 30 days. So just put 30 days. And then after that, create a description, a brief description as to why you're creating your campaign, and I can simply say that I am creating a campaign because I'm hoping to raise funds to expand my business by opening a second location. Okay. And then after you do that, you submit. So if you don't fill it in, it will give you that. So I'll say I am raising funds to open a new location for my boutique. Okay. And I submit. Once you submit, you now come to this page. And this page allows you to customize your campaign. So you'll see that there are different stages. There's the draft stage, the submit stage, approve stage, live stage, and ended stage. Draft stage means that you are still creating your campaign. And once you've finished creating your campaign, you can submit so that our team is able to review. Okay. In case there's anything that needs to be changed, we'll return it back to draft and send it to you back, notify you so that you can make the changes that we suggest, just to make sure that your campaign is as good as it should be. So the first part that you filled in was basics. If you look at basics, you'll find that everything we filled in is there. The next thing you need to go do is customization. So customization will be the next step. And what you need to add in customization is a story. So you remember we talked about a story and I told you all the questions that you can answer to create a story. You will add your story over here. Okay. Once you add your story over here, you come and add a video. So your video has to be uploaded on YouTube. In case you don't have a YouTube channel, you can share your video with us. We can upload it on our channel and help you put the link to your campaign. So once you upload it on YouTube, you will add your YouTube link over here so that you're able to see the video. And then after that, you can add an image. So a thumbnail image is an image that either represents your campaign or represents your business. So it's up to you to decide what image would be ideal. And then after that, if you have social media links, here is where you can add social media links. So you have the Facebook link, Twitter, YouTube. If you have a website, you can add it here, and Instagram as well. So mostly the social media links are added there. Once you're able to fill that whole page up, you click on Save Changes. Okay. Once you save changes, we now go to the next step, which is the rewards. Like I said, you need to add rewards because those are incentives that encourage people to support your campaign. In case you're struggling to figure out what some of the rewards can be for your campaign, we can always do one-on-one phone calls so that I can guide you more and can brainstorm and see what would work best for you. Or alternatively, we can share similar campaigns or other campaigns just to give you a better idea. So when you're creating your reward, what you need to do is click on Add Reward. The first thing you do is select donation as a type category. The type of reward, is it a physical item or a non-physical item? And I'll give you an example. A physical item could be a product that you have. If you own a clothes shop, you can decide to give out t-shirts as a reward or jackets as a reward. Non-physical items are things that you don't need to touch. So for example, if you're offering discounts, if you're offering a social media shout out, so it's for you to decide what type of reward it is. Okay. So I'll give non-physical as an example. Create a reward name. Is it a social media shout out? Let me add that. I'll say here, we will shout you out on our social media platforms. So it's important to describe your reward and explain what your reward is. So we'll shout you out on our social media platforms. After that, you can decide what quantity will be available for the reward. If you want it to be unlimited, it can remain as is. And if you want it to have a specific number, you can say, I'll only have 100 available. Okay. Once you've done that, add the amount that you want to charge. Let's say for a social media shout out, I will charge 50 Rand. So if you contribute 50 Rand, we will shout you out, and this amount will go towards the goal you set for our business. The next thing is the delivery date. When will my reward be delivered? So if your campaign is running for a month, like we want your campaigns to go live at the end of April, which means that it will most likely come to an end at the end of May. So you can decide that June will be the month that you'll deliver the rewards. So rewards can only be delivered after your campaign comes to an end. So all you need to do is click on June 2023. And then you can add an image to kind of show the type of reward. If it's an actual product, it's good for people to see what they're getting. So you have the option of adding an image over here. Once you've done that, you can save. and then you can proceed to add another reward. So you'll see the one we've created has appeared. If you want to edit it, you can. If you feel like you want to delete it and create another one, it's okay. And then after that, you can add another one. So we normally encourage that you have at least 3 rewards of different amounts, because people have different financial capacities. Okay, so you want to make sure that you want to make sure that everybody has been able to receive a reward or has an option of purchasing a reward they can afford. Once you've done that, you go to banking and verification. So here is where you add your personal information, because once your campaign comes to an end, once you finish raising money, the money will be sent to you after we've deducted the platform fee. So the first thing you need to do is ask yourself, what type of business are you? Are you a company, individual, or non-profit? So I'll select individual. How do I want to withdraw my money? Do I want to use my bank or my mobile money? I'll go with bank. Okay. And then it's important for me to add the banking details. So since you're based in different countries, you'll find that there are different banks from different countries. So for here, I'll select Standard Bank. Okay. I'll select the type of account I have. I'll put in the account number. So I'll write a random number and then a branch code. I'll put a code as well. And it's important to make sure that this information is accurate because we will be sending money there. However, we always confirm the details before we send, just to make sure that you did put in the correct details. Okay. The primary contact will be whoever registered the account. So if you used, I used Rose Domo as my name, and I have an email address, and I can add a phone number. And it's important to add a secondary account and name. This will be another person who we can reach out to in case you are not available. So add their first name, add their second name, add their email address, and add their phone number as well. Okay. And then below, you will be required to attach your ID as well as identification to make sure that this campaign does belong to you. And once you've done that, make sure that you save all the changes. Okay, so yeah, so make sure you save all the changes. Once you've saved the changes, you can now submit your campaign. So you'll realize we filled in basics, customization, rewards, and banking and verification. Once you've filled in those 4 sections, you can submit your campaign. If there's any section that you're struggling with, you can still proceed to submit and reach out to our team and say, this particular sector I struggled with a lot and we need your assistance further, and we will assist you. So the reason why it's important to submit is because this will allow us to know that you have submitted a campaign for review. We will review the campaign, and in case there are any changes that need to be done, we will communicate to you and guide you with any changes that need to be done. Okay. So any questions up to there? So I hope this has given you an idea of how to navigate our platform. Okay. So I'd like to go back to our presentation and continue discussing more about marketing and launching the campaign. So campaign communication is very important. When you're launching your campaign, you'll have to communicate to people. And communication starts before your campaign goes live, as well as after your campaign goes live. So some of the reasons why it's important to create your communication template. And when you talk about communication is what messages will you be sending to people to notify them about your campaign? You know, the reason why it's important for you to create it in advance is because it creates consistency. If you have a template, it ensures that the communication you're sharing with one person is similar to the rest of the team. So you're very consistent with your communication, and you make sure that it allows you to make sure that you're sharing the right thing. Another thing is that creating your communication template is efficient. It saves you time because if you know this is a message I'll be sending to people, it's just a matter of copy and paste to as many people as possible, but you can also make changes where need be. Okay. And also templates allow customization. So you do have a template, you can customize it according to who you're reaching out to, just to allow them to understand what exactly you're doing and what exactly you're communicating because you communicate to people differently. So customize it in the best way that you can so that they can understand what you're doing and what you're communicating to them. Okay. To make it easy for you guys, I have created some templates just to allow you to understand what needs to be done. One of the things we said last week is it is important for you to notify people in advance that you are creating a campaign and you're about to launch it. Here is an example of a message you can send people to let them know in advance that you do have a campaign that you're creating. So this says, I'll use my name. I'll say, hi, Rose. Exciting news. We are launching a crowdfunding campaign to take our business to the next level, and we want you to be a part of it. By supporting our campaign, you'll invest in our future and help bring our game-changing products to life. Look out for our campaign launch in a few days and don't miss out on our early support rewards. Thank you for your support. So you'll see that this message, you can send it a week even prior to when your campaign goes live. And this is important because it allows people to know that you are planning to launch a campaign and they can prepare themselves financially to support you in the best way that they can. Okay. The next one is a WhatsApp template. So if you decide you want to reach out to people via WhatsApp, here is an example of a template that you can use. So you can say, hi, Rose, or if it's Maxwell, hi, Maxwell. I hope you have been well. I'm excited to share with you my latest project, which is a crowdfunding campaign to support. And then you can add the name of the campaign. We are currently raising funds to bring this project to life, and I would love your support. You can check out our campaign page here, then you can add the link and choose from a variety of rewards available. Even if you can't contribute financially, sharing this campaign with your friends and family would mean the world to me. Thank you for your support and let me know if you have any questions. So this is a message you can send to people on WhatsApp after the campaign has gone live to notify them that you do have an existing campaign that they can support so that they can help you to reach the goal that you've set for yourself. Okay. Maybe I have a quick question. What, Maxwell, maybe you can answer this one. Which mode of communication do you feel you'll be using? Do you think you'll be reaching out to people via phone call? Do you think you'll be reaching out to people via WhatsApp, message, social media, or email? What are some of the ways you feel like you'll be reaching out to people?
Okay, there are many ways which you can find that people are available.
Yeah.
Easiest one, they will definitely get their message on time, be able to reply to you at time, or maybe just after 2 days or
Yeah.
time. So I prefer doing both.
Pardon? Just repeat that again. I'm not able to hear you very clearly.
I mostly use the contact I can find on their website.
WhatsApp. Okay. Do you see yourself do you see yourself considering social media as a place where you promote your campaign? Do you feel like you have any good following that can support you there?
Yeah, social media is an easy way to promote your business because of most of people are spending more of their time in the social media. You can get them in Facebook, they can see your post there. You can get them on WhatsApp and they can see your status, or you can just drop the message into their boxes.
Yes, statuses do help. WhatsApp status is also one of the good ways you can promote your campaign. In as much as you're communicating to people individually, you can still post it on your status as well as your social media status. So that's good. Please correct me if I pronounce your name wrong. To Thuzelo. Did I pronounce it correct? I don't know. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. From your research and your experience, when you create your campaign and your campaign is ready, where do you think you'll promote your campaign mostly? Is it on WhatsApp? Is it via phone call? Is it social media or is it email?
I prefer phone call and WhatsApp. But but I usually go to offices.
Yeah.
Yes, I usually do that.
Okay, that's great.
It works.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I believe you were in our previous training session last
Yes,
week. Were you able to
yeah.
sit down and list down like some of the people you
Yes.
plan to reach out to?
Yeah. Yes. I did.
Oh, that's good. That's great. Do you feel like
Yeah.
the majority of them are your family and friends, or are they your clients, or majority of them which category do they fall in?
Not family, eh? I know family, friend,
Yeah,
yeah, maybe friends.
friends. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So so now when it comes to reaching out to your friends, to your family, these are some of the templates you can use that we're sharing on the screen. And we do encourage that you feel free to adjust the communication that would work best for each of you. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay, thanks.
you're welcome. So the
All
next
right.
screen will be social media. If you decide that social media will be your platform to promote your campaign, here is an example of a template that you can consider to use. And like we said, it depends on how you interact with your people on social media. So feel free to make adjustments or to just completely use something totally different, but it's what you feel would be best for you to use. So here's an example of what I created. I said, attention everyone. We're thrilled to announce the launch of our crowdfunding campaign to support our business. And there you insert the name of the business. You proceed to say that our business has a vision too. So you insert the mission and the values and the vision of your business. And continue to say that we are asking for your support to help us make it a reality. By contributing to our campaign, you'll not only be helping us grow our business, but you'll also have the chance to get some amazing rewards in return. You can check out our campaign page here to learn more about our story, our business, and the rewards we're offering. We'd be so grateful for your support and for sharing our campaign with your friends and family. Together, we can make our vision a reality. And then from there, you can add hashtags if that works for you. And then some of the things you can do is you can post this to launch your campaign. And the days after, you can take each day to promote a reward. So the following day, you can say that finally our campaign has been launched, and we want to share some of the rewards that are available. And you can take every day to share some of the rewards. And again, like you said, people find value in the rewards. So the more you can promote the rewards, the better it is for you. Okay. If you're using an email template, this allows you to add more information. An email has the flexibility of it being longer. We encourage not to make your WhatsApp messages too long so that you don't discourage people from reading it. Make it as short as you can, but also precise with enough information. However, if you have people that you're reaching out to via email, it's an opportunity to share a little bit more. And here is an example of an email template that I created that you can consider to use in case you will be reaching out to people via email. So you can say, I hope this email finds you well. I'm reaching out to you today to share some exciting news. We've launched a crowdfunding campaign to support our business. As someone who has shown interest in our business before, I thought you might be interested in supporting our campaign. And with your help, we can take our business to the next level and continue to deliver on our mission. We're offering a variety of rewards to our backers, and then you can include now a list of the rewards. And then you can say, plus by supporting our campaign, you'll be helping to make a difference in the lives of our customers and in the community. So you can check out our campaign page here to learn more about our story, our business, and the rewards we're offering. So even if you're not able to contribute financially, we would be grateful if you could help us spread the word by sharing our campaign with your friends and family. Thank you so much for your consideration and support. Together, we can make our business vision a reality. So this is an example of an email template that you can use in case you know that there are people who prefer to receive emails. Okay. Yeah, so these are some of the templates that I feel like will be beneficial. Like I said, we will be sharing this presentation, so you can always refer back, review, adjust accordingly, and use it for your own use when you're promoting your campaign. Now, we've created the communication. It's important for us to understand the marketing aspect of your campaign. And I'd like to share a few tips that I believe will be beneficial for you when you're when you're promoting and marketing your campaign. The first tip is start early. We've encouraged that you start promoting your campaign before it goes live, and you can start from today, you can start from the beginning of next week, but the earlier you start, the better. And the reason why we say this is you want to make sure that people can prepare themselves financially to support your campaign. We do want your campaigns to go live next week, and the reason why is because that is around the time when people are getting paid. And it's important for you to start talking about your campaign in advance. I did share a template that you can use to communicate to people about a campaign you're creating. You can consider to use that and adjust it accordingly. The next tip when it comes to marketing your campaign is to leverage your network. Start communicating to your friends, your families, your colleagues. The more there is momentum in your campaign, the better it is. Sometimes you find that you've shared a campaign and you've raised maybe 100 Rand, but the next time someone is checking your campaign, it's moved from 100 to 500, maybe it's moved from 500 to 2000. And the fact that there is momentum, it will encourage more people to want to support you, okay? Because they can see that there are other people who are supporting you. The ones who are most likely to support you are your friends, your family, your colleagues, your clients. So reach out to those people first and encourage them to support you so that you are able to create and maintain that momentum, okay? The third tip I would say is create compelling content. So as you're reaching out to people on WhatsApp or on social media, make sure you have good quality content. If it's the written content, if it's images that you want to post, if it's videos you want to post, just make sure that you have good quality content. And because this does make a strong case towards the people you're reaching out to, and they can see that you've really planned yourself and you've been able to prepare well for your campaign. Okay. The fourth tip I would say is for those who decide to use social media, make sure that you use the right social media platform for you. Each individual or each business tends to lean towards different social media platforms. For some, Instagram works well for them. For others, TikTok works well for them. For others, Facebook, and maybe for others, Twitter. So just make sure that you use the most relevant one towards your audience and the one that you believe will bring a lot of conversion. You can use multiple social media platforms at a time, but we do encourage that you use the ones that will be most favorable to you and your business. Okay. The next thing is post regularly. If you decide that social media is the way to go, you have to be consistent with your posting. You may need to post every day or every other day because you want to remind people about your campaign. Posting once will not be enough. So it's important to create a good schedule. We do have a social media calendar that we will share with you that you can consider to use. And ideally, like I said, the first post could be you launching and saying that your campaign, no, the first post can actually be you saying that we do have a campaign coming up. A second post could be you now launching your campaign, saying that it's live and sharing the link. A third post, maybe on the third or fourth day, could be you promoting one of the rewards, and you can take every day to promote each reward that is available. Another time you can be giving people an update and saying that our campaign has been live for the past 5 days. We've been able to raise 3,000 Rand. Thank you for the support. We still have this way to go, and your support will be greatly appreciated. So also updating people is really good because they're able to see the progress you've made. Okay. And then another tip is to have a good pitch. Not only will you be reaching out to people on WhatsApp and on social media and on email, but you may find yourself talking to people face to face. You may find yourself talking to people on phone call, and it's important for you to pitch your crowdfunding campaign to them and allow them to understand what it's about. So one of the things I would encourage you to do, and it will be an assignment, is for you to either be in front of the mirror or in front of a group of friends or family and pitch your campaign to them. Practice with them, allow them to give you feedback so that by the time you find yourself talking to other people, you are already aware of how you're going to communicate your campaign. So practice makes perfect. It's important for you to practice your pitch so that you have a good pitch. Okay. Those are the main tips when it comes to marketing your campaign. And these are the daily communication checklists. Once your campaign goes live, we do encourage that you do this. List down 5 people to make a phone call to. List down 5 people to send a personalized message to. List down 5 people to send an email to. Create one social media post and ask a friend to share your campaign. You know, the phone calls and the messages can differ every day, but the more you have consistent communication, the better it is for you. We have had people who created a very good campaign, but because they didn't communicate it as much as they could, they weren't able to raise a good amount of money in comparison to the goal they had. So it is important to constantly communicate to people. Sometimes people need to be reminded because sometimes people forget. People are running their own activities as well. So don't be afraid and don't be shy to remind people. So if you're able to do this every day, we have seen it be beneficial for people and kind of bring in that conversion as well because they are constantly communicating. So don't be shy to communicate. Don't be shy to reach out to people because this will be very beneficial for you in terms of being able to raise funds for your campaign. So up to there, do we have any questions? So that is the end of today's presentation. I hope you've been able to find value in what we presented today because preparation for the launch of your campaign is important. Like we said, even today, start communicating your campaign, reach out to as many people as possible. This will definitely be very beneficial for you. So for today's assignment, we would want you to create your communication templates. And if it's for email, if it's for WhatsApp, if it's for social media, you can reference the ones that I used and you can adjust it accordingly to work best for you. I don't want people to use the one I exactly have, but you can use it as a guide, okay? And then the second one is I want you to reach out to at least 5 people and communicate to them in advance about the launch of your campaign, which will be happening soon. So list down 5 people that you want to reach out to. Let them know that you're creating a crowdfunding campaign. Allow them to understand that their support will be very highly appreciated. Yes, I can see someone's hand is up. Rampa, you can proceed to unmute.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. So my name is Matsatsi and my surname is Rampa. But I do
sorry.
yeah. So no, that's fine. In your experience with crowdfunding, have you ever been exposed to people within my type of industry? Because I'm a manufacturer. So we manufacture wall coatings like your paints, your gamazine, your gloves, etc. Right? So, I mean, when you look for like incentives, I mean, I feel like I'm literally pulling out my nail, from a creativity of it, though I have, because we also specialize in waterproofing, I thought maybe one day against that you do have, rising damp waterproofing issues, we could provide like a 3% discount, but like, have you had people in your cohort that are manufacturers, and what type of rewards have they provided, or what has worked for them in this type of industry?
Awesome. Actually, I haven't interacted with a manufacturer within this cohort, but just from my experience interacting with many businesses that are setting up campaigns, the first thing when it comes to rewards I encourage is that you look at your networks and ask yourselves what would they be interested in, okay? In as much as you may have a good idea of a reward, do you believe that the networks you're reaching out to would be interested in that? it's always an important question for you to ask. Sometimes you find businesses offer rewards that may not even be linked to their own business, because they know that maybe some of the things that they have may not really, their networks may not be in line with, or they may not need, so it's very important for you to first evaluate your networks. And that's why we told people in advance, list down your networks, understand your networks, and ask yourselves, what would they be interested in? Okay. Discounts are a good type of reward because they can be redeemed within a period of time. You can offer a discount now and they can redeem it in the next year. You can say your 15% discount can be redeemed in the next 2 years, because sometimes people may not find the need of it at this point in time, but maybe later on. Exactly. So it's important for you to ask yourself who your networks are. And it's also important to make sure that the rewards you're setting up do not take too much money away from what you've raised. So I'll say this because sometimes we have different types of rewards. It could either be physical rewards and non-physical rewards. When it comes to physical rewards, sometimes maybe somebody wants to create merchandise, branded hoodies, branded t-shirts, but you have to keep in mind that you have to incur costs to create it, even though you're offering it as a reward. So you have to do the math and make sure that you don't gain any loss from it. And in case you do incur costs, you can add that as a budget when you're creating your campaign. Some people, some people lean towards non-physical because it's a bit easier to deliver. But I always say it doesn't matter what's easier to deliver, as long as your networks find value in it and are interested in it. Okay?
Give an example of the non-physical again. You said non-physical would entail like what?
Yeah, like the discount. The discount is a non-physical reward.
Okay.
All you need to do is create a voucher, an online voucher, and share it with someone via email. Sometimes you find people who are in the music industry and they share their EP in advance as a reward. You find people who are in the publishing industry and share their book, their audio book, or their online book in advance. So there are different types of rewards you can consider. But we always say the most value you can get is by observing your networks and seeing what they find value in terms of the rewards. Yeah.
Okay.
I will share on the email. I will share a couple of campaigns just to allow you to go through them and give you guys an idea of what they've set up as rewards, just to kind of see what you can do. But we also do encourage that you also do some personal research as well. Different businesses are very different and very specific. So if you're able to do a bit more research on your own, that's great. And you can also reach out to me via WhatsApp or via email, and you can always set up a one-on-one where we can brainstorm and see what would be ideal. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. And the emails that we send via support, is that you or is it somebody else?
It is me. However, I will share my other personal work email, which is rose@thundafund.com. So I will add it to the email that I send via support. Yeah. And then from there, you can reach out. I believe I've also reached out to each of you via WhatsApp. So you can also communicate to me via WhatsApp as well. I haven't? I'll check. Yeah.
There's last week, was it last week or the other time when we had the presentation? The guy said he's got like a group, WhatsApp, whatever. Is it Pedro or something like that?
Yeah. What I'll do is to help him.
Has he reverted?
Yeah. He hasn't logged into today's session, but what we'll do is I will create a WhatsApp group for this cohort, just to allow all of us to communicate, and then maybe he can share more details on that. Yeah, because when it comes to such groups, the value you can get is promoting the rewards you have, because promoting the rewards is like selling a product, because you can sell the campaign, but if they don't know you personally, they may not be inclined in wanting to just contribute. But if you use your rewards as a way of selling and communicating, people will find value in that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rose. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Any other question from anyone else? Okay, none. So again, your assignment for this week will be create your communication templates and reach out to at least 5 of your networks and notify them that you are working on a campaign that you are planning to launch soon, and their support will be highly appreciated. Again, thank you so much for attending today's session. We will interact more. I will create a WhatsApp group for all of you guys, and then from there, we're able to communicate and share ideas and support each other in this journey as we create our crowdfunding campaign. So again, thank you, and please do enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.
Thank you. Likewise. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.